The collective looks to connect the seemingly disparate issues among the various institutions that we've been talking about, education, finance, et cetera, because they are very much connected. Disparities in education can lead to disparities in economics, which can lead to disparities in health, which can lead to disparities in civil and criminal justice system. So it very much is connected, and that's one of the benefits from having the collective and the folks connected, so we can do a 1 + 1 = 3. There's been quite a bit of talk, excuse me, about work that's been going on the last 36 months to raise awareness, to understand the issues at a deeper level, and to begin the necessary individual work. Now, you've heard of some of the individual work that's been going on, but here to give us some more examples of some of that work are three of our leaders in this area. Christopher Kennedy, who is the president of Leadership Austin, Brian Oakes, who is the director of the City of Austin Office of Equity, and Dr. Amini Haji, who is the founder and president and CEO of Health Commons. So I turn it over to them to share with us.
Thanks, Ashton. Again, I'm Christopher Kennedy, the CEO of Leadership Austin. As part of the task force work, when they came out and had a discussion, they also said, what could we think about in having some different protocol or approach to having discussion about race in Austin? So again, with the help of Dr. Holly, Dr. Prince, Ashton, they had explored bringing in courageous conversations beyond diversity. It's a training that's been around 20 plus years based out of California. They primarily had worked within the school systems across the country, but we introduced the training here really around corporates, grassroots, community leaders, not just the school systems. And that's where this has really been taking hold. Although we're convening it for anybody that wants to join, know that there's others in the community that have also been convening these conversations directly. Over the 36 months, we've run about 3,200 of our neighbors through this training, so that we all have a consistent dialogue and conversation and vocabulary as we work through some of this discussion. Next slide real quick. To give you a sense, what was important for Leadership Austin, what was important for all of us as a community, is to ensure that the lived experiences happen in the room when this dialogue occurs. So we've been extremely deliberate working with our board and our alumni to ensure that we have lived experiences from all parts of the city. So again, we like to say we got single member districts before it was cool. At this point, 50 of 51 zip codes have participated. If anybody knows anybody in 78742, I have not been able to get somebody from that home district. Otherwise, we have all the blue means more than 20 people from those zip codes have participated in the program. Yellow means 10 to 20 people have, and green means less than 10. But you can see the importance of having the lived experience in the room of this group of 80 as we work through it. 10% of the folks so far had lived outside of Austin, so we're getting the regional play just as well. That was as of June. We'll have new numbers coming in now that we're back in the virtual space. So how you can plug in, and the next slide, is when COVID hit in March, we had to postpone 5 sold out sessions that we had because we could not gather in person. The original intent was, let's go ahead and wait till we can get in person. And then when social unrest and Black Lives Matter occurred in the summer, we knew that we couldn't wait. So the Pacific Educational Group did an excellent job getting this ready to pivot, and we moved then into a virtual training space in August. We can't wait for a vaccine to get this protocol and conversation out there. We all know it. And so now in the virtual space, which will for sure through December, my gut is that will continue through the spring. People are invited to come to 3 2.5-hour blocks, and we get the training done in about a day and a half. The price point is $375. Not one person has been turned down because they could not afford it, because at this point, we've given a little over $120,000 in scholarships to anybody that wants to participate. Again, I could not thank our sponsors and supporters enough who want to invest in this work, primarily driven by the Austin Community Foundation. That's been an important one. We have corporations like HEB, Ascension Seton, Wells Fargo, Austin Board of Realtors step in. And also know that people leading this training, we've had 120 folks say, I just want to donate. One person gave $5 more so that she could advance this so somebody else could participate. So there's a lot of engagement around this space of I want to make sure and pay it forward for others to go. So again, this training is open to the public. It's one of many tools in the community. So please reach out. It's always on our website. My board, many are on this call, many are on this, have been very supportive of what we're doing here. And we will continue to run this training while the community is demanding the space. So just go to leadership.org and you'll find a lot more information about that. Again, this training is about teaching more about protocol, where Brian, who's going to step up next, is going to talk about another outstanding training in the community that does a lot more on the history. So I'll turn it over to Brian Oates.
Thank you, Christopher.